I will have NBA 2K21 gameplay before the end of the week, before Friday. At the latest, I'll post that Friday, but been a delay on that just because I'm really setting everything up. Got the microphone finally sounding better. I actually did some tweaking with the settings on the camera too, so hopefully the color's a little bit better and can see my face better. I noticed that we had a little bit of motion blur on the last video, so that's hopefully better for you all. So just know that it's in the works. Just been setting things up and doing things day by day to hopefully make the videos better for you all. So thanks. Enjoy the video. And this rotation is just nasty. How did they do it? Padres. Management. What's your secret? Just shortly before the start of the year, we got some crazy news that Blake Snell had been traded to the San Diego Padres. But even crazier, just roughly 24 hours later, the Padres also got Darvish. So a lot of things change for the Padres. They get two bona fide starting pitchers. The Padres are for real. Now, during this whole thing, there was a lot of talk about, after the Padres got Blake Snell via trade, that they were in talks with Darvish. A lot of people didn't believe it. A lot of people just kind of pushed it off to the side and thought to themselves, there's no way did the Padres get both Snell and Darvish via trade. There's just no way, right? Wrong. They did, and now they're a force to be reckoned with, truthfully. There's still Trevor Bauer. There's still James Paxton. There's still Corey Kluber. All still left on the table for them in free agency, and they may not be done signing. We just don't know. They may throw out another trade. They may sign another guy. Time will tell before the start of the season. But what we do know is that the Padres starting rotation is potentially one of the best, if not the best, in Major League Baseball as it sits. Now, there's currently some rumors that maybe the Padres also land Trevor Bauer. With Mike Clevinger coming back in 2022, Clevinger and Bauer were teammates in Cleveland. And do the Padres make a bid for Bauer? Darvish, I just want to start out with him because he had a stellar 2020 season and made a serious bid for the 2020 NL Cy Young Award. Unfortunately, he did not win that award. I believe he finished second in that running, but the guy had a crazy 2020 season with only 60 total MLB games in the regular season. He had 12 games pitched, gave up 17 runs the whole season, struck out 93 guys in just 12 games, 8-3 record, and just barely over a 2 ERA. The guy was exceptional for 34 years of age. A season like that is just is unheard of at this day and age in baseball. It's truly unheard of. What probably makes this guy so dangerous is that there's nobody else in Major League Baseball that has the amount of pitches in his back pocket as Darvish does. I don't even know all of them. I know he's got 4-seam, 2-seam, splitter, cutter, curveball, changeup, and there's probably more that I don't even know. He's probably coming up with more of them as I speak right now. But bottom line, Darvish is really the game changer, and what has so many other teams worried about the Padres is that they're likely signing Fernando Tatis Jr. They're likely extending his contract, right? They're going to extend him out and keep him on the team. And of course, he's their young and bright star and really the core of that team right now and of the franchise, you could argue. They're going to be extending him. And then in addition to that, they're probably not done. And in addition to Darvish, they also have Blake Snell. And this is really the problem. Blake Snell is just, he's lights out. He's only getting better with age. He's really entering the prime of his career right now, which is just, it's insane to even think that, because the guy won the AL Cy Young Award back in 2018 when he was only, 26 years old. It's hard to believe that he could only get better, because in my opinion, he really led the Rays to that World Series. He's lights out every time he gets to the postseason. If he has a chance to get into the postseason, he's lights out. You can always throw him out there. And I hate to be the judge, but we could have had a World Series Game 7 had they left him out there. We'll never know, but you can make a strong argument that Blake Snell could have went that entire game without potentially giving up a run, or at least keeping the Rays in there and giving them the push to hopefully score a few more runs in his favor. We'll never know, but regardless, Blake Snell was pretty much the best pitcher in the 2020 postseason. And it was, that's pretty obvious. He was. And with Snell and Darvish being basically a 1-2 punch, and, they're perennial Cy Young candidates. If they get off to a good start, they could be teammates and both be bidding for the same award at the end of the year. To say that and to have that on your team goes a long way in the MLB. And to have that kind of competition on the same roster will just push them to become better pitchers as they move on as teammates. But now we're just over here in MLB The Show 20 to show you guys how, just look at this lineup. They've got, I don't even know if this is going to be their 2021 actual lineup. I don't know if this is the correct order or not, but they can move these guys around all they want. There's plenty of power in this lineup. Tatis, he just did turn 22 years old, and he's got so much left. He's got so many years ahead of him. It's going to be really good for baseball to see this guy grow as a San Diego Padre, and to see him get this team back to its winning ways it'll be a joy to watch. Not only that, they have Manny Machado, who I'm sure has already began to, take Tatis under his wing, teach him some things. Machado has, experience being in the postseason, and that's going to be good for the young star. You got Hosmer, again, just a good teammate, just a guy who's going to fight every at-bat. Again, he's been in the World Series with the Royals. He's won a ring with the Royals, so he's been there, he's done that. This lineup just it's got a good mix of both young guys, but also veteran presence. Most teams that you see win the World Series, they have a good mix of both young and a veteran presence mixed within to help really develop those players as best that they can. Create a winning culture too. That's the lineup, and then also, just the pitching rotation. And the fifth starter, ignore him. I just downloaded this roster just for the simple fact of this video, really. I downloaded it last minute to give you guys a gist of what their lineup, what the bullpen, and then also what they're rocking with the starting rotation. But it's scary to think that. It's scary to think what else they could possibly work out, and who else they could snag up. They somehow find a way to get, whether that be a relief pitcher or a starting pitcher, who knows? But just imagine you're gonna have Mike Clevenger back in this starting rotation, right? And maybe he's the third or fourth guy, I don't know. But even with Mike Clevenger back in 2022, you'll have Snell, Darvish, Lamet, Paddock, and then Clevenger. Maybe sign somebody short term, another starting pitcher in there. That's crazy. I mean, that will definitely, if everybody stays healthy and gets off to good starts, that'll run with the Dodgers, I believe. That will really run. Of course, you're going to have the offense too. That's definitely, they add another guy, they get Clevenger back. That's definitely the best starting pitching rotation on paper in the MLB. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Sorry that it's kind of old news. The Padres traded for Snell and Darvish around the new year at the end of 2020, at the end of the year, kind of late December time frame. So this is old news. It's about a week old, or a little over a week old. So apologize for that, but I just launched the channel at the start of the year, so I've been wanting to try to catch up to more current news or current day news. There hasn't been a whole lot of activity, so it's really been giving me time to kind of revisit some of the older activity. I guess older, or there hasn't been a whole lot of activity as in the last couple of days, so it's given me an opportunity to go back and discuss some of these topics. So stay tuned. Catch you in the next one. Tabor Time out. Peace.